Welcome back to our channel, Book Talks Podcast. This is Kayla here, and today I'm going to get into the books that I've read for September and October. I do know the last reading wrap-up I recorded, I said I was going to be better about this and record monthly. Unfortunately, I'm still working on that. My biggest thing is just consistency. I have so many ideas and I love making this content, but I just have a hard time dedicating, or just figuring out the best way to record and stay consistent. So we're working on it. I keep saying, well, I'll start next month, but no, I'm starting now. We're gonna start this. I'm just gonna really try and record more. I would say I have a very good excuse of why I was so busy in October, and that is because I ran the New York City Marathon, and it was November 2nd, but basically it was all of October was spent prepping for this race. It was long runs and just a whole lot of eating. It was a lot. It was really exhausting, just mentally preparing for it, all the long runs that I did, mentally preparing to do the long runs and then doing them, and then afterwards I'm gonna run and sit on the couch, but I was so exhausted mentally that I could not do anything but watch TV and watch movies. So we're getting back into, I would say, more reading now that we have all this time. I would say every single long run I did, I listened to an audiobook. I had to have one queued up or I would not survive my long run. So very thankful for all the audiobooks that I've listened to on my training plan. I don't think I will do a marathon anytime soon. It was the most amazing day. The energy was insane. My family and friends came out to support me and I felt very loved. And it was an amazing day. But training for the marathon sucked. Now that I'm done and I can process it, I did not enjoy it. I love my cozy mornings where I have my coffee and I'm reading, and I basically wasn't able to do that for a weekend for months. And now I'm it's halfway through November. I'm just getting back to myself. I am deep in the Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates series. I cannot put it down. I am on the 5th book and I'm unwell, and I will get into that in my November wrap up. But that is why I haven't been recording a lot. I would say a lot of my time has just been to running and prepping for that. And now that it's over and now that I've come down from the high, I'm really excited to make content. Me and Marissa will be recording podcast episodes soon, and I'm trying to edit some of our old interviews and our old podcast episodes that we actually have on video and try and get that on YouTube as well. So a lot of exciting things coming. So let's hop into it. So the first book I read in September, which we did record a podcast episode on, was The Love Haters, and I loved it. I love anything by Katherine pretty much. This was a 5 out of 5 for me. We fortunately was gifted this book, so that makes it even more special, but definitely tune in into our podcast episode for more of my thoughts on this, but 10 out of 10 recommend this book. So the next book that I read in September, and this one was 100% audiobook, especially while I was running, was Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This book, I've never read anything by Devney Perry before, so I had no idea what to expect. I did not read the synopsis. I just saw it very popular online, and I was what is this about? And everyone was comparing it to what's the one? Silver Elite? I think it's Silver Elite. Comparing the two, I don't even know why. It was comparison or why we have to pin things against each other, but very unrelated books. They're just just different types of fantasy books. I did enjoy it. I would say listening to audiobook, I do struggle sometimes, putting the world together. Because I feel when I physically read it, it's a lot of world building. I take my time and I try and make sure I understand everything. And you can't really do that in audiobook, especially I think now I listen to my audiobooks auto 1.5. I think I did slow it down to 1.3, but I can't listen to 1 anymore. I don't know why. It just sounds so slow. But I really enjoyed it. I felt it was refreshing. I thought it was unique, which is nice because I do feel sometimes the romanticy area does get a little saturated, and I'm enjoying the book, and I don't know where the series is going. I feel I have a really hard time judging the first book in a series when the rest of the series isn't out yet, because it could be the slow build to an incredible series, or it could be oh my god, this book's great, and the rest of the series flops. So I don't know where it's gonna go. And I don't want to get my hopes up because I never know. And there's so many series that I've started and not finished. So we're going to stay pleasantly surprised and have no expectations. But for overall, I give this book a 4.5 out of 5. I do think maybe it's just because I was on audiobook and I feel it wasn't at my own pace. But I really just didn't have the time to read, and I was just running a lot and I needed a good audiobook, and it kept me like intriguing. There, like I remember just running and listening to it and like being in the story. So I did enjoy it on my runs. I don't know if it took away from my reading experience of this book. The next book I read, this one was also, I would say it's like a half audiobook, half physically. It's Hello Stranger by Katherine. This one, when I read the synopsis a couple times because I wanted to go through all Katherine books, and I was hesitant because the concept of face blindness, like I just don't understand because I don't have it. So I felt like it was a really hard concept to understand and like get behind on a story. It was very good. It was very cute rom-com. I would say it's not my favorite of her books, but I did enjoy it. I mean, I was listening to audio and then I was like, no, I have to know what happens. And I literally switched to physical reading and I sat on my couch and finished like 30% of it in a day. So it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Obviously, always recommend Katherine books. So this is on that list. Would I say when I finish all her books, I will rank them all. But no, it's good. I did enjoy it, but it's a tough concept to grasp when you don't experience facial blindness. But it was really interesting. I really liked it. She always does a really good job pulling in like different illnesses and like giving it POV from the person suffering from it. So she does a really good job at that. I don't even know like how she is able to do that because I don't think she has all these like illnesses, but she does a very good job of like putting you in the shoes of that person suffering through it and like getting through it or looking on the bright side of things. Love Katherine. As you guys know, I can't speak higher of her because I already love her so much. Big fan of her. So I recommend this one. This one is a 4 out of 5 for me. And the last book I read in September, and this book I weirdly love. This book is Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I'm really bad with names. So this one I also started on audiobook. So it was like the end of September. I was taking a surfing lesson and I cut my leg open, which I think I talked about in our podcast episode, and I had to get stitches. And I had to just like walk. I couldn't run, even though I really needed to run, but I needed to get like cardio in. So I just started like, going for long walks, and I started listening to this on my long walks. And it was so good that I had to switch to fully reading it, and I devoured it in a day. It was like a 5-star read for me. It is a unplanned pregnancy trope, which I didn't think I enjoyed, but I enjoyed this book so much. Like, her voice was great. I need to read more of Cara Bastone's books because I was just a huge fan. And it was like a surprising fan because I'm like, oh, like everyone rates it so high, but like we'll see. Like, this is not my cup of tea kind of trope. No, it was really good. 10 out of 10 recommend it. Like, you have to go to the store to read this right away. I couldn't even find it on like Libby. Like, I don't think it was ready, so I just like bought it because I needed it on my Kindle so I can physically read it. So 10 out of 10, so good. For September, I only read 4 books, which was not a lot, but it was a very busy month running. October, we got a little better, and I read, I would say, like 7 books, so we'll get into those as well. So the first book I read was Wildcard by Elsie Silver. This one I super pre-ordered so I can get the first edition Mountains on the side, which I have for the rest of her series as well, along with the Front Runner series, or no, the Gold Rush series. So I love all of Elsie Silver's books. I've read them all. This one was probably my least favorite of all her books. I just don't like the trope. Like, dating your ex-boyfriend's dad is just like not something that I'm into, and that to each their own. It was fine. I think I gave this like a 3.5 out of 5. Like, it wasn't like I did read it quickly. Like, I was still into it, and I did enjoy myself reading it, but I just like wouldn't recommend it to others. So that's my thoughts on Wildcard. I would recommend like everything else by Elsie Silver, like her other series. 10 out of 10 recommend. This one just wasn't my fave. So the next, I'm gonna sum this whole series up together. So I read Collide, Spiral, and Revolve by Khabra. So Revolve, I was fortunately gifted from Berkeley, and I'm very thankful for that. But I realized it was the 3rd book in a series, and I mean, I probably could have dove into this one. Like, it is just like a romance about 2 people, but like there's a lot of backstories and like side characters that are together. So I read the other 2 first, and I would say her writing like truly got better in each book. Like, I read Collide first, and the main character was just so annoying. Like, there was just like, I just had really hard time liking her. Like, she just was an unlikable person, and you're like, why am I rooting for her? The story was fine. It just was like, it honestly didn't redeem how annoying she was. So then I was like, I gave that one like a 3 out of 5. Like, I wasn't in, like, No, I gave it a 3 out of 5. I want to double check. I didn't like love it, but I do love a hockey romance, so I wanted to give it more of a shot. So then I dove into Spiral, which I surprisingly liked a lot better, and I was like, oh, she's getting there. And it was like very likable characters. Still, the story was like a little cheesy, but it got better, so I gave it a 3.5. And then I got to Revolve, and I loved it. I read it very fast. I did not want to put it down. I was upset when I finished it. I really enjoyed it. So I guess when I 4.5 out of 5. So I would say bear with me with the series. Like if you're going into the series, don't expect a hit right away. Like it builds. But this book, like I really recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I'm very thankful I got a copy from Berkeley, so thank you so much. But yeah, no, it's really telling how her writing just gets better and better, and I'm really excited for, I hope she writes more in this series because there are a lot more side characters that she can write for. The next book I read, which will be a podcast book, we just haven't recorded it yet, which we should record soon because I'm like forgetting what happens. But this one we also were fortunately gifted from Berkeley, and it is If It Makes You Happy. This was also on my Rex for fall. This book just read like a 90s, like, nostalgic read. It was quite thick. I think it was thicker than it needs to be. I think it could have been trimmed down, but it was more like a TV show, like, than a, like, I feel like a lot of books are just like movies. Like, there's like a overarching arc, and you like have one plot. Like, there was just like a lot of plots going on, so I think this would become a great TV show. It was very Gilmore Girls-esque. It was very fall, small town, very cute. I do recommend it for a fall read. It just wasn't, I don't know, it was just missing something, and we'll dive more of that on the podcast. But for me, I gave this a 3.5 out of 5. But thank you, Berkeley. We do really appreciate you gifting this to us, and we are excited to dive into it in the podcast. I do recommend it as a fall read, so I don't want to give my low rating as like a discouragement. It's just that I am trying not to rate things so high because I feel like I was very willy-nilly giving 5s out, and that's really hard whenever I do read a 5, like, oh, that should actually be a 5. So this is just not a 5-star read, but it is still very good. I did enjoy it. I do think it's a very good fall book, and it's very 90s nostalgia. It was just like, I kind of grew up like more in the 2000s, so I feel like it was a little bit before my time, but it was just like, I don't know, I did love reading how like they didn't have cell phones, and like they just had house phones, and like they were like, the oldest daughter would just like be on the house phone, like, taking up time, and like the dad would be like, you only have so many minutes because we all need the phone. Like, it was very like Gilmore Girls nostalgia. So I think it's a really cute read. I just think it probably needed to be slimmed down a little bit more. The last book, well, no, I read 2 more books. It's Me. Oh my god, I read this in a day. It was so good. Like, I was needing to work, and I was like, I can't put this down. So then I ended up reading it until lunchtime, and then I worked until midnight because I needed to get things done, but also, like, I needed to know what happened. Like, it was just so good. I honestly don't remember Bride much, but I would say this is better than Bride. Like, I love this. I love anything Allie Hazelwood writes. This is a 5 out of 5. Like, oh my god, it was so good. Like, I finished it and turned around like, maybe I should read it again. And me and Marissa might do a podcast episode on it because I loved it that much. I don't know if she read it yet. I need to connect with her, but it was so good. Like, I can't believe she wrote 2 books this year, and they were both 5-star. Like, I don't know how she has the time because she's just, everything she writes, I'm like addicted. Like, anything she writes, I will buy, hands down. This is my Allie Hazelwood shelf up here. Like, I would say half of it. One day I will have a full shelf of Allie Hazelwood because I have no doubt she will write a billion more books, but so good. 5 out of 5. And last but not least, I did get into this a little earlier. I did read the Magnolia Parks first book in October. I would say with Magnolia Parks, like, everyone recommended it. It was like, everyone on Goodreads was like 5 stars, 5 stars. I've had friends who are very tough critics recommend Magnolia Parks, and I read the first book and I was like, I don't get the hype. 4 books in, I get the hype. So I would say the first book seemed a little catty. It seemed a little just like toxic and sad, and I didn't like, not that it was like not a good read, like I still enjoyed it. It just wasn't like, I was like, I don't understand why everyone's obsessed with this book. I get it now. So first book isn't the best. It's building up to an amazing series. So I do give this one a 4 out of 5. I did buy the original covers because the original covers are so much better than the shoe covers. I don't know who thought about shoes when the first covers are just so like quirky and like unique. I love them. I'm gonna put them on the video here because I just needed to buy them all. So hopefully they come in good condition. I bought them. I had a really time finding like all of them, so I bought them on Amazon, which I normally try to avoid buying any books on Amazon. But I did buy this one because I just needed the original covers. So here's how cute they are. Maybe they're not your cup of tea, but I just love the quirkiness of it. But that's all I read in October. So I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I read 7 books in October. And then I read 4 in September. November, honestly, I think I just read the rest of Magnolia Parks series, so we're not off to a great start for November. It's just hard with like the holidays coming, and we had a bunch of weddings this month. Like, we had literally 3 weddings the past 2 weekends, so this weekend we have nothing. So I want to read a good bit, and the holidays are always cozy reading time. And I am starting a holiday reading like challenge, and I'm gonna read 5 holiday romance books and see if I recommend them. And then also with this, I'm gonna go through some of my old holiday romance books that I've read that I do recommend. So stay tuned for some holiday book recs. But have a good day, and thanks for watching.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram, TikTok at Booktalks Podcast.